Hey Jeff here. Wanted to give you kind of a quick commentary in regards to the markets, interest rates, and whether now is a good time to buy. So there's so much material out there that can give you the understanding that it's a terrible time to buy or a great time to buy. And it really comes down to you and what your plans are in the property. Are you planning on holding for 7 to 10 years? Do you need a home now? Are you knowing where you're going to be? Is it a school district you want to be in for kids? Is it a place you want to be with your partner? Is it something that you can be confident with for a long period of time? And are you coming from a place that you really need some security, certainty, etc.? That if the market goes up, if it goes down, either way, it's the right place for you to be for the next 7 to 10 years. If it's the next couple years, I would say it's very uncertain because there really are strong dynamics going on both sides of the fence in regards to buying. Interest rates are higher than they've been the last couple of years, but that shouldn't tell you whether you should buy or not. If you can afford the payment and it's something that you really love, you can see yourself in, that payment, the interest rates are less of an importance as rates do go up and down. There are times that you might be able to refinance later and sharpen the pencil on that payment. That's not a certainty though. So if the payment fits, even at a higher interest rate, then you go forward with it. In regards to just things that are coming into the market right now that might have you more confident to buy now than wait, or the reverse. Millennials. We've got a huge swath of millennials that are right coming into their age where they're going to be buying houses. New household formation is what we call it in economics. And that's the biggest cohort of them that we've seen. So what we're starting to see is a lot of pressure for housing with that group of millennials, and that puts a lot of pressure on new home builds. New home builds aren't keeping up with that demand. So what you would expect is prices to get pushed upward as a result of that demand and not enough supply. We also, though, have on the flip side, people starting to shift away their focus from housing to other things like goods and services. Goods they've been spending a lot of money on, services they've been spending less money on during the pandemic. So if you're looking at your own budget and saying, well, we're going to start traveling this year, we're going to start being out in restaurants, we're going to do more than we were the last couple years, there might not be as much budget for housing. As a result, there might be less willingness or less capacity than there has been the last couple of years to be able to spend on housing. It's not that the money goes away, it's not that the money's not in the economy anymore, it just is purely a shift of focus, a shift of interest on what you're going to spend your money on. That said, the house has never been more valuable to all of us. We can now just not only look at it as a launch pad and a place to build memories for our family, for our partner, for ourselves and our friends, however we're using that property, but it's also allowing us a place for work. A lot of us are working from home more than one day a week now. A lot of us are also looking at our house as being able to Airbnb or VRBO or use one of those services to rent out our home when we're not there. That adds more value to what the home offers us. So that is something to keep in mind on the housing front. So we've got we've got concerns about a recession. Now that might lead you to go, well, housing might see a drop. That again is a big question mark. The Federal Reserve would not be increasing interest rates if they thought there was a dramatic concern over a recession. There might be a softening, but a big dramatic concern over recession is not of concern for them right now. There's a lot of money into the economy, and there's a lot more coming with the latest bills over the last few years being pushed out to do more work on infrastructure, do more work for the overall consumer that the federal government is pushing out. More money means more the ability to spend on things such as housing. So that's where the pressure is on inflation. Long story short, as I said, there's multiple levers going on here. To feel like one or the other is a certainty, you're missing the point. This is very complicated. So it all comes back to you, your time frame, and what's most important for you in your housing and the certainty of housing. Do you know where you're going to be? Do you know where you want to be? And can you put those dollars in? Are you ready to afford that payment? If you are, it's not a bad time to continue moving forward with that home pursuit. You won't regret that. Whereas if there's a lot of uncertainties in the near future, then I would say keep saving your money. I'd be happy to talk with you about either situation, either path, help you think through that, be your sounding board. So reach out to me if that's something that's helpful, and we can dig into the numbers and see what might be the path for you, because no one path fits everyone. Hope this is helpful. Look forward to sharing with you next time on more. And if you like this, please hit the bell. Please subscribe below. Thanks again. Take care.